The NBA season is just a few weeks away. Training staff, players, and coaches are all getting ready and prepared for the upcoming NBA season. And recently, in an NBA Coaches Association meeting in Chicago, Tom Thibodeau gave a lot of updates on the New York Knicks, his thoughts on their offseason, and even provided an update on Julius Randle and his status for training camp. We're going to break down the report, look at exactly what he said, and get some updates from the New York Knicks head coach himself, Tom Thibodeau. All of this and so much more today. Let's get started. In an interview with NBA.com, Tom Thibodeau spoke about the New York Knicks and their offseason moves. So as I mentioned, in an NBA Coaches Association meeting in Chicago recently, Tom Thibodeau was asked a lot of questions about the New York Knicks, how he felt about their offseason, questions about Julius Randle, and so many other things. The full link to this article is in the description. I invite everybody to go ahead and read it. But let's break down some of the key things he said in the interview. So according to him, when he was answering the question, how are you feeling about the Knicks offseason? Tom Thibodeau said the following: continuity is important, and we're going into year 4. We are young. That's the best thing about our team, that you can continue to get better. We are looking forward to the development of the guys we do have. Getting the experience from last year was very beneficial to us, but we have to understand it's a new year and we start over again. Adding Donte DiVincenzo is great for us. He is a great team guy and he'll fit in seamlessly. That last part about Donte DiVincenzo fitting in seamlessly, for me, was the biggest statement he made out of that entire thing. Yes, we already know we're looking for development from the young guys. That's already expected. We hope IQ, Quentin Grimes, and RJ Barrett take that next leap. But Donte DiVincenzo, to my understanding, that was the first time that I've heard Tom Thibodeau openly speak about Donte DiVincenzo. The fact that he said that he's a great team player, great addition, and also that he's a great fit and that he fits in seamlessly. That part right there is key because that tells me that Tom Thibodeau already likes what he sees from Donte DiVincenzo. That's a check in Donte DiVincenzo's direction, and that could mean fewer minutes from some of the New York Knicks favorites like Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel Quickley. Now, it may not be a complete reduction, but it might be 2 to 3 minutes here, 4 to 5 minutes here. It could go on a game-to-game basis as well, too. But I absolutely think, based on this statement, Tom Thibodeau likes what the New York Knicks did this offseason because I'm sure he had some say in regards to what they did. That's the first part. But the second part is I think he's happy with DiVincenzo. I think he's banking on the New York Knicks to take another step in terms of development and chemistry. So it seems like he's expecting a lot from his team from last year. But not only that, he's expecting Donte DiVincenzo, a key member for the New York Knicks addition this past offseason, to play a crucial role for this New York Knicks team and help them take that next step. And that's an interesting statement coming from Tom Thibodeau. Thibodeau was also asked about Julius Randle and his update on his ankle surgery since June. And according to Tom Thibodeau, Julius Randle is making steady progress. He's had a very good offseason. He'll be fresh and ready to go. Well, there you have it. Short, simple, and to the point. Will Randle be healthy and available come training camp? Yes. Come preseason? Yes. Come the regular season? Yes. Nobody, and I mean nobody, better come at me and tell me if he starts slow, Julius Randle I'm talking about, doesn't get off to a good start. I do not want to hear anything about the ankle surgery. I want to point out again, he'll be fresh and ready to go according to his head coach, Tom Thibodeau. If that's the case, I'm not giving him any breaks. It's like telling me to give RJ a break because he played with FIBA. No, I'm not going to give RJ Barrett a break. If anything, I'm going to look at RJ Barrett even harder because you had FIBA, so there's no reason for a slow start. You got to best believe I'm going to be looking at RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, and especially Julius Randle. I want to see if he's also improved his game and taken it to the next level. Is it great that he's preparing for the season? Yes. It's great that he's pushing himself? Yes. Is it great that he's going to be prepared and ready for the season? Absolutely. But I need to see more from Julius. I need to see him elevate his game. He's been working out with Johnny Bryant, pushing himself, looking like he's trying to elevate his game. So maybe, Just maybe we'll see a better Julius Randle headed into next season. But for a lot of New York Knicks fans, this is an amazing update from Tom Thibodeau. It tells you that the New York Knicks all-star forward in Julius Randle will be fresh and ready for the start of camp and the regular season. NBA.com also asked Tom Thibodeau how the young guys like RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, and Emmanuel Quickley can build off last season and what they did in the postseason. He stated the following: trial and error is a big part of learning, so the more experience you get in big games, the better it is for you. I've seen the growth from 2 years ago. You take every experience and move it forward. Now, when you go into the offseason, you are preparing for them. That's a great motivator. I don't really think Tom Thibodeau really gave us an update here on what the young guys like RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, and Emmanuel Quickley can really build off of last season. I didn't hear him say really anything besides trial and error. And everybody is obviously going to build off of trial and error. I think Emmanuel Quickley and Quentin Grimes understand what they did wrong and are taking matters into their own hands this offseason to correct it, working out with shooting greats to help increase their shooting, make them better, and make them more capable from the three-point line. And I appreciate that. But Tom Thibodeau didn't really mention that. If you look here, he just stated that growth from experience is really all it takes. And the more experience you get, the more you can use it to move forward. That's obviously true, but he's not really answering anything. Did anybody get any type of answer from that statement? Because the only thing I got from it is him saying trial and error is important. They got the experience and they're going to learn from it. How they learn from it, what they learn from it, what they're going to do with it, I don't know. Tom Thibodeau didn't say. I guess it's all up in the air at this point. But what I can say personally is that if Tom Thibodeau is correct with this and everybody does take a leap because of experience, because of chemistry, and because of all these other factors, if all of that happens, the New York Knicks can be one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference this upcoming season. Because that number 3 seed in the East, in my opinion, is wide open for the taking. And if the New York Knicks get off to a hot start, they could absolutely take it. What Tom Thibodeau is saying here in terms of trial and error and in terms of experience, going someplace like the playoffs, failing but trying to get back there, he's absolutely right. That experience helps push you, helps motivate you, but not only that, helps you want to get back there and do better. So I absolutely believe him when he says that experience helps as a motivating factor. However, I don't think that he really answered anything in that statement besides telling us things that we already know. We already know that losing helps motivate people. We already know what the young guys are working on. We just didn't hear him say it. And I think as a head coach, when you're asked a question like that, you got to give a little bit more details. How did they learn from it? What are they using from it? What are they practicing from the experience that they had in those moments? I would love to hear that as a coach from Tom Thibodeau. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to get that yet. But what I can say is, despite those comments, I am excited for the New York Knicks season coming up. It seems like Tom Thibodeau is as well too, and I can't wait to see what our boys in orange and blue do for next season. It's going to be an amazing season to say the least. CBS Sports recently did an NBA ranking of the top 100 NBA players, and obviously some New York Knicks players did make the list, but there was slight controversy in the list due to where Julius Randle fell on it. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. According to Sports Illustrated, CBS Sports put out their player rankings recently, listing their top 100 players in terms of how well they're expected to perform in the 2023-2024 season. Julius Randle finished at 29th, Jalen Brunson at 27, and RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley were in the high 80s. So for RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley, I understand that. High 80s, I get it. They're New York Knicks players. They haven't taken that full step into greatness yet. We're still waiting for that, so high 80s, understood. Jalen Brunson within the top 27, not okay with that. I think Jalen Brunson is a top 25 player. He should have been in the top 25. That's just my opinion. But the real travesty here is Julius Randle. Julius Randle was ranked as the 59th best player in terms of how well they're supposed to do in the NBA next season. 59th for Julius Randle, in my opinion. And you guys know how I feel about Randle, his attitude, how he treats some players, sometimes how he's a little too sensitive. You guys know about that. However, Julius Randle, in terms of his play, his production, his averages, all-star appearances, all NBA teams, he's a top 50 player. Let's just get that right. Randle, as of right now in his career, is a top 50 player no matter how you want to slice it. You want to call him the 50th player? Cool. But he is on the top 50 list. To put him at 59 is disrespectful. And it tells me that CBS Sports may not be watching all the games, might be watching highlights, reading a lot of articles, and checking a lot of box scores. That's what it looks like they're doing. I don't think they did a lot of in-game research to make this list. And you know what? With CBS Sports, I'm not surprised. When Immanuel Quickley was a rookie and the New York Knicks drafted him, I believe CBS Sports gave that ranking a D+. They gave the signing from the New York Knicks at the time for Quickley a D+. So at this point in time, I think if they would have graded again, he'd probably be an A or an A+. So we can't take everything CBS Sports says as fact, because it's not. It's just their opinion. And in my opinion, I don't agree with their opinion. In my opinion, Jalen Brunson is a top 25 player, and absolutely Julius Randle is a top 50 NBA player in this league. But let me know, guys, what you think. Is Julius Randle properly ranked on this list, or should he be a little bit higher? Let me know, because I would love to hear from you. But until next time, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.